there. Today I would like to talk about my key pouches. I have the monogram canvas and the damier assert. I purchased this one first like 2.5 years ago, and I purchased this last year, and then it was put away, and it was my part of my birthday gift. They do have the damier vein, and they do have in the men collection one called Pichette Clay in the graphite, or that's the black one with the checkerboard, which is interesting because they don't call it key pouch, they call it graphite clay, or graphite clay. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's the same measurement, it's the same thing. It's just graphite print with the silver hardware. I had a chance to inspect that item, I believe was a couple weeks ago, when I was at the LB store, and I decided to purchase the coin pouch instead. For some reason, it looks very pretty on the website, but when you see it in person, it looks a lot darker. The checkboard just looks a lot darker. So I decided to just pass on that and get the coin pouch instead. But I did want to add that into my collection. Another thing about that key pouch, it's that before the last price increase, this used to resell for $225, and the men version of it, which is the same thing, was selling for $270, and it was nothing different, same measurements, but for some reason that print sold a little bit higher, and it was in the men collection. This make gray starting pieces for a lot of people. These are usually what people start with, this in like the card holder or the 6 key ring holder. And this was one of my first SLGs I had. Before that, I had like a couple bags, but small SLG that I just went ahead. I went to the store and I purchased it. They're really hard to find. They're always sold out because it's one of the cheapest items. But they do restock them very often. So if they're on your wish list, you will get them eventually. When I purchased it, I wasn't sure how to open the key ring because I never had one like this. So you're supposed to like squeeze in here and pull out. But I did notice that my key fob did not go through here, so I had to still have a key ring attached to it, which it didn't make me very happy because I didn't want metal scratching on metal, but now I'm okay with that. You can fit a lot of things inside this little pouch. It's about 10 years ago I had a friend who had one, and I always loved this item, but at the time I was not going to pay that much for a pouch, and I regret not getting it because it probably would have been under $200. People use them as catch holes in their bags too. You can fit AirPods, but if you do, you will be stretching your zipper, so I wouldn't use it for that. I have a couple cards here. I have, I believe, 7 cards, and I'm gonna put them in here. That's perfect. You can put some cash, but you have to fold them. And another thing with cash, I made the mistake of not folding it the right way and getting my dollar bills stuck in the zipper because I felt rushed at the grocery store to just shove the money in there so I wouldn't be holding the line. So I wouldn't put cash in there, but I've done it. Coins, and even coins, because it's such a beautiful piece, I'm always afraid that the coins are going to make the interior dirty, but it's okay, it doesn't get dirty unless you have this one, which is a beige interior, so I'm more picky about this one. By the way, both pieces are made in France. Now they're doing the microchip, but mine still has the day code in it, and they're hard to find. They're in here. but you can still find it. And one thing I've heard people say that for some reason the Azure always looks bigger than the monogram, but they're both the same measurement, but it does look bigger. See, I'm putting them one on top of the other one. It does look bigger than the monogram. I don't know if it's like an eye illusion or it's actually bigger. I can see it. Let me see. I'm gonna close it. I don't know. But they're supposed to be the same size. They're great pieces. Years ago, when my friend had it, her corners were not as round. It was more like a pointy corner. Now they're shaped like in a round form. So that's one of the changes that the clay has gotten within the last couple years. I do want to add a damier vein to my collection. That way I can have that, I believe they call it trifecta. I believe that's what it's called. That way each of my mini pochettes has a key pouch. Do be aware, someone mentioned it to me a long time ago, that when you pack them really heavy and you add a lot of keys to it, you're adding weight to your ignition in your car, and that can cause problems to your car if you have a lot of keys after a long period of time. So sometimes I don't like to use it as my as a key pouch. I just use it for like catch-all in my bags or little emergency things, and then I attach this to the key ring inside my bags, inside my Never Fools or my Speedies. They have a D-ring inside the bag, so they're just there for like emergency coins or something. I can just pull it out. But if you choose to use it for your keys, just know that the more you put in here, the more weight you're adding to your ignition. You can fit a lot of things. Let's see. This fits in here, but then you'll be forcing the zipper, so I will not do that. I've seen lip gloss, I've seen chopsticks, so they're beautiful pieces. And even though they're $270 now, I don't think the price on this are gonna go down. They're just gonna keep going up. So if you're thinking about getting it, get it now before any more price increases. Another thing I want to mention, check the stitching at the bottom, and also check the stitching when you buy them, like the inside. You can see a little bit of sunlight, so I can always take it in and again restitch it and fix it. Because what it is 2 pieces of canvas sewn together. So sometimes you would think for the price you pay that it will be very tight, but the more stuff you put in it, the more you stretch the canvas, and you're stretching those 2 pieces and the stitching at the bottom. But it's something that if I want to get it fixed, I can fix that, and they might even do it for free or like a very small fee. Another thing people always check for is the zipper to make sure it's perfect. You see how this one has this little gap in here, and this one, the gap is not that big. But that's just little things I noticed. No one's looking for those details a lot of times when they're looking at your little thing. But it's stuff that I noticed, but I know how hard they are to find, and they're both made in France. So a lot of times when I see little things like that, and I live so far from a store, I don't want to drive up and just return it or exchange it, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find another piece. This one just says Louis Vuitton Paris there, and on the other side, Louis Vuitton Paris. And this one just has one LV and one LV on the other side. And I believe the damier being, it's just like this, but the damier being checkerboard. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something new from watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you think. Do you think you would like to add this to your collection, and what do you use them for? Thank you for watching.